Today we are going to talk to chocolatiers Vikas Manjavi and Chaitanya Kumar, who have brought to us our favorite chocolate hub, the Choclate Room. Hi. So we would first like to know, how did you try to bring about this culture in India, about the chocolate room, having a full menu which is related to chocolate?
See, we are basically Australian citizens. We were there in Australia. We pursued our studies and worked there. So we're planning to move back to India, and we have not seen anything like a chocolate cafe or something in India. So we together thought of getting something to India and starting up something with a chocolate chain. As in, wherever you see in India, all you get is just normal coffee shops which have serving you normal coffees and teas and all. All we wanted to do is just spread across a new chocolate culture, and that's how we implemented this and got nearly 200 plus chocolate beverages and desserts in the menu, and started it in 2007 October in Ahmedabad.
How did you develop the menu?
Well, we have got the concept from Australia, and we took over the rights for India, and that is how we started it in our own way, implemented some new changes in the menu, localized it as per the Indian market, and did some diversified changes to suit as per normal individual and as per the taste buds of Indian market. So mixed and matched, and did some research and development, and on that basis started up something.
So there is also a section where there is food that is available apart from the chocolate beverages. So why did you introduce that?
Food was started at a later point of stage after 6 months. Initially when we started, it was just desserts and beverages and all. But there was a huge line of customers and huge suggestions from customers that rather than just having desserts and beverages, you should have some savories as well in the menu. Because people would like to have not only sweet, some sort of mix of savories and snacks. So after 6 months we sat across in our meetings and then decided that as per customers' demand, as that is what we follow always, the path to grow. So they told us like, have some options where you can have some quick snacks, bites and all. So slowly we started implementing new type of menu by having Italian sandwiches, normal sandwiches, some French wraps, rolls, mixing and matching all those menus, and started to implement some new savory items in the menu. So maybe after 7 months or something, we launched that section which had a bit of a savory section.
We are the first persons brought the live kitchen in the cafe industry.
Right. Actually, that was going to be our next question.
That's the first. We are the first persons in Indian cafe industry. So far in Indian industry, if you take any brand, they just sell for the beverage, hot beverage or cold beverage or something. So we just want to go in a different way of cafe, whereas we come up with live kitchen and give to the customer the fresh food, a lot of food items and all. It's kind of a restaurant cafe style.
Right.
So, definitely cafe, but it's because in our cafe that people can visit any time. The cafe means morely go for the students or corporates or something that you can't have lunch or dinner or anything. But in our cafe, you can have lunch, you can have a dinner, anytime visit, you can have another menu items also. That's the beauty of our cafe.
So how did you identify these needs? Were they just told to you, or you were observing them, or there was a feedback procedure?
We did a lot of exploring of entire the Indian market, and we came to the different cities before coming to India only. We did a 3 months the survey. We did explore all the cities And selection of the city also we did Ahmedabad because of like we've been to Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, like Bangalore, all the cities like so, and the real estate cost is too much, and it's already too many options and too many cafes is already there. But when you want to design your something in a different concept and different cafe or whatever, you have to choose the right city is also more important. Because that time in the year of 2007, Ahmedabad is a city, it's developing. And then again here there's a lot of people have a sweet people and the morning also sweet they can have it.
Sure.
I think that's the selection of the city of Ahmedabad, we taken this city first.
So, how did you come up with this franchisee model? Like, how did you define what to do, when to do, how to do, and who to take?
Well, we were first generation entrepreneurs anyway, so they are not from a business background. So we always had in mind that we don't have too much of liquidity or funds around. So all we wanted was that to set up our stores, maybe one or two, and after that go towards the franchising route. So we were clear from day one when we started this business that we wanted to expand in a franchising route only. We gave away sufficient time of around a year and a half before we thought now it's time, now we are settled, now we have sourced out everything, and let's now move ahead towards the franchise route. So in 2009 we started our first franchise store, and then onwards we just kept on going on, and right now we are sitting at 270 stores across Pan India.
Because to expand across Pan India, the smarter way is like the franchising.
Right.
So because any person don't have that much of like funding or whatever something. So that's why we choose it as the franchising route, because we were very successful in Ahmedabad. So there was like initially the line of, like it was 3 months continuously people are in the stand in the lines.
Right.
So that's like inspire us to like we need to take this brand to the across Pan India.
Right.
So when we want to take the across Pan India, when we are in a first generation of entrepreneurs, definitely we need to choose this franchising route. So smartly we did it, and today we are sitting in almost 270 plus stores.
Were there any initial struggles?
Obviously, like business is a struggle, definitely there are a lot of struggles and there are a lot of challenges, definitely.
What was the biggest challenge that you had to face?
To get our ingredients to India, people were not understanding what are hot chocolate powders, those white chocolate powders, they were considering it like drugs and all. No one had ever seen that, so it was stuck in the customs for a long time. They had to be explained. It was a process from scratch to be explained to them, giving them all the tests and all, because it was never bought to India at all, except coffee beans or your normal Bournvitas and all. There were no 16 flavors of hot chocolate which were bought into the country. So it required lots of screening and lots of efforts, and by pushing around for nearly 15-20 days from morning 8 o'clock till night 10 o'clock in the customs department, we personally explained them, gave them all the documents, and I think so that was the biggest struggle, to get those important ingredients to start our chocolate cafe in Ahmedabad. So that was the biggest thing. Then to educate the customers, because the flavors, names and all, what we had, Toroncino, nougat, strawberry hot chocolate and all, we had to educate people. People were not understanding the menu names and all, so speaking to them, interacting with them. But yeah, that developed their interest, their curiosity, that they liked the flavor, and then they wanted to come again to try another one. So it was not a struggle in menu part, but it was a sort of a struggle, because we had to go individually to each tables to explain them what they want to have, what will be their choice and all. So once they like it, they'll be definitely coming in again to try. So that's what we faced in the initial stage.
Sure. And any struggles during the franchising?
Yeah, see, because going at 270 plus stores across Pan India, different states and different regions and different cities, obviously selection of the franchise is the biggest challenge. So we've taken a very nice steps to selection of the franchisee, to make them understand what we are, like user friendly to our franchisees. So normally in this franchise industry is a very biggest challenge, because you are working with they are also entrepreneurs. We could say that they are business owners or whatever. So then we understand we have good strategy wise, we make them understand. We are very user friendly. So today we are success the spread the 270 plus also. So very user friendly and customized a lot of things. Whereas the people are not making money or kind of like that. They are humanity basis, taking in not on a regular basis of the royalty, and taking in a different manner of understanding level, taking in a 3 months or 6 months. So there are a lot of challenges. We customize it and track into our line of business, and that's why our success rate is also very good. The closure ratio of like in the retail cafe industry will be other brands like there are a lot, maybe 50-60% or something like that. Our closure ratio is like not even 30% from day one, once we opened from 2007. So that's where really we overcome a lot of challenges and make them into in a streamline that our franchises, and they are doing good.
Is there a specification of choosing your franchisee partners at this particular person and this particular city we will choose? Because there will be so many people who would be wanting to now take up a franchisee. So how do you segregate them?
We'll ask them, like we'll check the background of like the franchisee, what his background is belongs to a business background, or is belong to a employment background, or what is a first generation entrepreneur. We could call that. There's also an entrepreneur because they take who want to take a franchisee from us, or they want to become an entrepreneur from us. So we check that all backgrounds and how passionate he has. That's the most important. We check the passionate and the patience levels, and these are more important. Especially in our cafe industry, that the passionate and the patience is more important. It's not like in other businesses. If you invest like 100 rupees, you will get tomorrow like 1,000 rupees or something. There are a lot of time spending. That money spending and money investment is one thing, and the time investment is another. Today, any business, if you want to success, then the time investment is more important. Especially in our cafe industry, time investment is more important than the money investment. So we will check that as we are like the owners of the brand, we still try after completion of that the letter of intent process, whatever the preliminary process, we will check with we will sit with that who signed the guy and talk to that guy and interview with that guy. Is it suitable for our cafe? Is suitable for our franchise? In that way, so we decide.
So, are you people from the food industry ever? Do you have any background, or how was the transition and how?
We knew how to eat food. So that's what prompted us to get into this market. Nothing else about. It was just an interest that we wanted to do something. He's from IT, I am PhD in ERP, so it was a completely different thing altogether. But India was not ready at that point of stage what we have studied, and we wanted to move back here, and just an interest and a passion in food prompted us to start something which was not available in India. So that is how we got into it.
What is the secret ingredient behind your expansion?
The secret ingredient behind our expansion is the time spent, the motivation, the interest level what we have put in, the long hours of operation that we have gone into, like say working on for around 18 hours a day for the first 2 years, understanding the economics of the business, understanding the nerve of the market, what the customer wants, developing the right menu or mix as per the customer suggestions and all. I would rate that is the main secret behind our success.
More focusedly work, and our brand name is another good success. I would say that is another choosing of the brand names is also more important. So today that Choclate Room is then a big asset for us. So that's also like once you do a lot of hard work or whatever, but your selection of the brand is also more important.
So how do you keep on motivating your team? How do you start with your team, which earlier initially would have been a tight one, and now that you're expanding? How do you keep motivating them? How do you train them?
By keeping a diversified culture into the company, everyone is allowed to give their views, their suggestions. We have meetings regularly. There are groups being made. There are area managers, operations managers, franchise managers, marketing managers. So everywhere there are department heads who have the teams under them. So they keep on talking, interacting, and keep on discussing with us in our regular meetings, pushing on their views and all. And somehow or the other, everyone gets a chance to showcase their skill, and we try to work together and we give them an opportunity rather than just individually taking decisions. So that's the reason of it.
And try to educate our vision to our entire team.
Are there training sessions or something?
Of course, obviously we will do our as we are like in MDs, we will do our own motivations and all, and some third-party trainings or trainers also can do some sort of sessions in our company. In a high level session, like there is HOD session once, and the store level sessions. There will be trainers. Obviously, the training and the motivation is the most important in any company, I could say. So then only that they understand what is the company vision is, what is companies required, what is companies looking from the entire staff.
So, Choclate Room has now become a global name. You are spread across a lot of countries. So, how do you manage the operations? Because you're here.
See, we have offices in different countries, in different cities, in different states and all. The main head office is in Ahmedabad, the corporate office is in Hyderabad, and we have branch offices in India. And wherever we are present in any country, like in Australia or any other country at all, there are offices available, there is team available there are departments available to take care of those individual cities and stores within their country, and that is how we get managed.
So, what is that one thing which makes Choclate Room a family restaurant?
Well, see, the most important thing is we are not just any another cafe. We are a family place because the age group that we cater to is from a 4-year-old to a 80-year-old. Chocolates is loved by kids, women, families and all, kids who want to join up with their parents or families. Women and chocolate go side by side together, so wherever chocolate is there, women tend to be there. So it's a product, it's a name, what I say, the Choclate Room, that has got us to a different identity by itself and has created a separate aura in the market for us. So that's what it is.
What is the future of Choclate Room?
We tend to have around 500 stores, and we tend to spread a very sound chocolate culture across India, not in India, across in different parts of the world at all. We are at 270 numbers. We tend to have around 40 to 45 stores opening in every year. And we have a vision by around 2020 or 2021 to complete our 500 stores. And with the team that we have, they are super motivated, and with the numbers that we follow on, I don't think so that's a too far away vision to go across. But that is what we are looking at and aiming for, with stores of around 500 across India.
We want to spread across pan-India that the chocolate habit. Today, if you go any house or any corporate office, the people or whatever the persons will have, and you want to have a coffee or a tea. But we want to add in future, can you have a coffee, tea and hot chocolate. That's our complete vision is. So we want to spread this one to across pan-India, to add that the third one to any of house or any of the office. So how they gonna ask coffee, tea, that hot chocolate also our main vision is that.
What is your advice to somebody who wants to branch out into an industry like this?
Be passionate, try to understand the concept, what interests you, rather than just doing it for the purpose of earning money. Keep earning money as a secondary thing. Keep yourself motivated, devote some time, and if you are into it, it's an industry, there is lots of opportunity available. So if you have the vision, there's no stopping it all. Just go for it.
Thank you so much. It was a very insightful conversation.